What happens when people you care about are not in sync with your spiritual journey?
So, in today's conversation, we ask the universe, how do you navigate relationships that maybe are under some strain or they're just not comfortable with the beautiful and exciting way that you're changing?
Welcome to What's the Universe Say About That? I'm Mary Obana, and along with my husband Michael, we ask the universe for answers. You see, I'm blessed with this beautiful gift where I get quiet and I can connect with the loving guidance of the universe.
So, today, you'll see and hear Mary connect directly to that divine guidance and hear the words of wisdom flow directly through her in response to questions about life and the challenges we all face at certain times.
So, welcome to our home.
And welcome to this now normal, but always amazing part of our daily lives. So sit back, get ready, and let's hear what the universe has to say about that.
Let's do it.
One thing we hear a lot is how unusual or lucky we are that we're kind of on the same spiritual path and timing.
That's true.
And a lot of people aren't. And
With their partner.
with their partner.
Yeah.
With their partner. So I guess the question I think would be helpful for a lot of folks is what happens when someone you're close with, it could be friends, that you
Family members or
family
anything.
members.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually,
Yeah.
we've experienced that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know when you wrote your book, my first reaction was, well, we're going to make some new friends. We're going to lose some old ones. It's just kind of, it diverges off of what people maybe know you as a certain person or certain expectations they may have about you.
Yeah.
So what happens when kind of worlds start to separate or go in different directions? How do you manage that? So I thought that would be a really good question for the universe today.
Yeah. I think a lot of people experience that. I mean, people tell us all the time we're so lucky, you know?
Yeah.
And I know that it's hard.
It's really hard.
It's hard if you're kind of not on that
Same.
same spiritual kind of in sync.
Yeah.
You know?
And you're feeling pulled in two different directions.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
all right.
Well, let's ask and see what the universe says about that.
There you go.
All right. Here we go. It is true. You two are unique in many ways, but you are unique in that you are on a spiritual path that has managed to be timed consistently. You are both able to connect with one another honestly about what it is you are experiencing or feeling. This is a great comfort to you both, we know. We also understand that this is not the case with many. The spiritual journey is a very unique one for each individual. Every soul is on their own path, every soul on their own journey. What do you do when someone you love so much doesn't understand or is in a place that you feel uncomfortable discussing what you're going through, what you're experiencing with them? What should you know? First, and we will say this many times, each one is on their own journey. And for peace, it is important to focus on the journey that is yours. Your journey is the one that you are to focus on. Your journey is also the one that you can control. Sometimes when one has discovered something exciting and a spiritual awakening is one certainly such time. And when another is not understanding the way you hope or expressing interest in the way you would desire, it can feel uncomfortable and sad. You cannot control another, and you must not allow yourself to feel somehow judged by another. When you receive the feelings of another, when you receive that feeling from another, it is easy for the mind to engage. It's easy for your mind to get into a place of frustration and judgment, a place where you feel someone doesn't care, someone doesn't understand. And this is especially difficult when that someone is someone you love very much. To find a place of peace, you must focus on your own journey. Allow yourself to honor your journey. Your job is to welcome, nurture, embrace the path that you are on. Do not allow your mind to introduce feelings of frustration or embarrassment or shame. This can be especially difficult when your path has shifted, when the ones you love so much know you in a certain way, and yet there's this spiritual part of you that is so important. And yet somehow you feel you must hide it. You are to honor who you are. It is not your job to change yourself to please another. It is not in your highest interest to shape yourself for another. True love allows, but true love begins with you, allowing yourself to be who you are. It also means allowing the other to be who they are. Just as you might feel judged, your mind tells you that you are being judged. Do not fall into the trap of judging another for the path that they are on. A true partnership, true friendship, true relationship is one where you honor the other for where they are and allow that one to be all that they are. And who they are may not be who you are. Where they are may not be where you are. It is enough to love. It is enough to accept. It is enough to feel that you can and that you do honor who you are. The fullness of yourself, the soul that you are, is not to shrink, you see. Many humans shrink. They shrink to conform to another or conform to what you think another wants you to be. Sometimes the mind deceives you. Sometimes you shrink, thinking another will not accept you when they might surprise you. When you are with another in a relationship, regardless of what type of relationship that might be, engaging with the other with true interest and love is what is most important. That human exchange of genuine love is what is most important. Where they are, the season they are in, the chapter in their life that they are living is one to behold, one to share. It does not mean you need to be exactly where they are, but where you connect with another is through a shared love. Trust the one that you love to accept you as you are. And if they somehow cannot, be honest with them. Every soul does the best they can, you see. How is one to learn and grow without the trust and honesty of another? Do not shrink into the darkness, into the shadows. Trust the other through love to be who you are. Often, they will surprise you. And if in some relationship you find they are not where you are, accept them and recognize that their place in their journey is not the place you are in your journey. It is okay. We also suggest that you find others with whom you can share this unique experience, whatever that might be. Community is important for support and growth. And the one you are with, the relationships you hold, each of them play a role in your life and on your journey. But the role is richer when these places are varied. If everyone is always in sync on the same page, then where is the stretch? Where is the challenge? Where is the growth? Where is the opening of something new? Even you and Michael, you two have not always been on the same page in this spiritual journey. It has taken its twists and turns. But all along, you have been supportive of one another. That is the most beautiful thing about your relationship. Not that you are in sync at this moment, but that you always are supportive and loving of one another. And when you support and love another, you will be surprised at what you can learn from one another. So, to the one who has awakened on a spiritual path, trust in yourself and honor who and where you are. Do not allow the mind to introduce feelings of shame, feelings of being unaccepted or somehow judged. Somehow someone thinks you are not who they thought you were to be. honoring your true self and sharing that true self with another requires trust and acceptance. Do not allow another to push you into the shadow when you have found the light. And do not push another who is not ready to be in a place they are not. Love, accept, and trust. But most of all, honor the truth of who you are, because it is from this place that all else emerges.
I gotta tell you, that's just, that's one of those messages that just totally just hit me kind of dead center.
Really?
What my mind the entire time was, oh, I got question, I got question, I got question. What about the whole time? And where my mind was going 78 RPMs, that message was just at like 33 RPM. It was steady and smooth. And it just picked off my question one at a time.
Oh, as you were, and as you were thinking.
So I'm left. I mean, I had no questions at the end. It had answered, no matter what my mind could come up with. It just plowed right through them all. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Those are the kind of messages, just for me personally, that speak so directly, kind of to.
You really strike out. Oh, yeah.
And it's just, the only word I can use is profound.
Yeah.
It's just calming, profound. It makes sense.
Your clarity.
It's
Yeah.
and it doesn't mean that the message, it's always this kind of thing, and the message is so simple, and I want to say hard, like difficult, hard, but it's not. It's my mind kind of saying that's going to be hard, but it's actually the simplest and easiest thing to do. But you know,
Difficult in the guidance, meaning
love,
you think it might be
trust,
difficult.
you
Yeah.
know, those things which are
Easy for you to say.
exactly.
Yeah.
Easy for, the mind wants to control, and control is everything, fear, mistrust, and all that kind of stuff. But it's just, it's so simple and easy. And then you've got this other side of saying, wow, that's really exactly chatting in your head. That's going to be hard.
Yeah.
But
what are they going to say? What are you going to do?
yeah, what happens if,
Yeah.
it's all that stuff, and it's garbage.
Yeah.
It's just mental garbage.
Yeah.
That
And keeping you from maybe I don't know, the relationships that you might be able to have.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of, that whole idea of just be who you are. And I think everyone, I know everyone we've ever met, anyone listening to this, they've encountered people in their lives who are just so authentic that they may disagree with them.
Mm-hmm.
They may not want that, their lifestyle, whatever, but you can admire them for their just authenticity. Like you can feel that they're who they are through and through. That is an incredibly attractive characteristic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this is saying, is just, instead of trying to mold yourself to, well, this person's saying this or they'll judge me and all that stuff, just like be who you are and accept who they are.
Right.
So simple.
Right.
But
not maybe the first thing that
Yeah, your brain tells you to
comes
do.
to mind.
Yeah, right. Comes to mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Always.
So, like, what do you think about? Because you and I have both gone through this, and actually, it's kind of funny. We've gone through it in different, like, men versus women. There's a different. I'm sure your conversations with your female friends are certainly different than conversations I could or would have with guy friends. How has it been with you?
Through this whole journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think the one thing that I would say is um, there were more pleasant surprises. Meaning, when this whole kind of spiritual opening, awakening happened for me, there were people that I had conversations with about their amazing experiences and thoughts, and I would never guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are people that I'm not connecting to in this way, where I may have connected really strongly on the business side of things or in previous stages of my life.
Yeah.
But but there have been people who have really been beautifully opening to it. Not only just open to my experience, but sharing their experience
Yeah. That's right.
and allowing me to see a side of them and us to open a side of one another that we hadn't really ever
Yeah.
hadn't really ever experienced. So that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then there are other relationships where, I'll admit it was kind of really sad at first. I was like, "God, that's a bummer," But um I've come to a place of just acceptance. It's not I don't take it and I did it first, kind of like, oh, they're judging. I don't Now it's not about judgment. It's just about honoring where they are and honoring where I am, and that's fine.
Yeah. I thought that point about uh, maybe I'm just interpreting this way, but the message today, one of the points was the journey is richer when there's different feedback, if you will. If everyone just said, yeah, that's great,
Yeah.
it would probably be more pleasing
Yeah.
or pleasant, but it wouldn't be as rich.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
that was great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
universe.
So hope it struck a chord with you if you're on a spiritual journey of your own and wondering about how your path converges or fits in or aligns with someone else's. I hope this has been helpful for you.
Yeah. And please comment and share your comments. And, we'll also leave down below kind of our own kind of way you can connect with us if you want to share something that you want to with us. And, we're all in this journey together. So.
Community.
Community. Exactly. Exactly. We're your people.
So anyway, thank you. And next time we'll see you again.
Take it easy.